Why, y'all? Why? I've been doing all this talking. All this talking, y'all. All of this talking, y'all know I do it every single time. I don't understand. I just, one of these days, we'll have it all automated and it'll just do everything for me and I won't have to work. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Hopefully you had sound with the darn do flotchy thing, the introduction thing. I don't even know if the sound was on with that. All right, let's start all over again. How is everybody doing? Can you tell I have been at my wits end this evening? It is crazy. I have been rehauling the studio, right? So I've been in here cleaning up, trying to get things rearranged, and just getting ready for the show tonight. I apologize for no sound for the first however many minutes I've been running my mouth. But at any rate, thank you for trying to let me know. I'm at scroll past. Y'all pray for me. But anyway, so as I was blabbing to myself, tonight's show, we are going to deal with vinyl. We're going to be doing some vinyl shirts, some vinyl projects. As I showed you on the camera already, and we can flip right back over to our heat press table where the cut mat is. We got a cut mat. We got our vinyl from Heat Transfer Warehouse. How awesome is that? They sent us some goodies for us to play with right here. And we're going to make some shirts with that. They also sent shirts for us to press. I even have my own shirt over there. Not shirt. I have a dress over there that we're going to put a design on. Super excited about that. I got the heat press on and clicking and ready to go. Also, we got in this some transfers. Woo, some transfers from the Heat Transfer Warehouse. They sent us some of these to play with too. So really excited about that. And you guys, it's just really cool that they sent that in. That is part of the reason for the title of the show tonight, where you can start a business, $250, really easily and make money. Okay. And as I was speaking to someone just the other day, you don't have to have all 250 up front. You can actually, do it in steps. And so that's what we'll address some tonight, in addition to working on our shirts and our vinyl. And we even got our Cricut set up ready to cut this stuff out. So just really excited about all the fun that we're going to have tonight. And thank you very much for joining us. So here on this channel, we talk about embroidery, vinyl, rhinestone, sublimation, HTV. I'm sorry, I did say vinyl, DTF. We just have a ball. Here we teach instructions. So if you want to learn more about any of this, just drop it in the comments below. You can ask a question there, and we'll get to your questions here shortly. And also, you can join us on our Hoop group on Facebook, over on the Hoop group, which I just said. Sorry, had a brain fart. And over there, you can post pictures of the projects that you've been working on. You also can meet and greet, say hi to everybody else, and ask questions and get more help, get some ideas. Somebody posted a link to a free design just the other day, and I appreciate that. So just go on over there, hang out with us. We have a good time, and we are a no drama group, because who likes drama, right? So we don't like drama over there. So just come on, hang out, and have a really chill time, okay? You also can join here on YouTube. We do have memberships here where you get access to exclusive emojis. And also, if you're a captain, you have extra perks coming to you. Like this month, they got a package mailed to them, or will be mailing to them. It hasn't mailed out yet. So at any rate, that's what we have in store for tonight. So I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang with us. And so one of the things I like to do, which I know it annoys some people, and I apologize, but that's the way I am. You'll get over it. I like to say hello to the folks that are joining us this evening, and start our show off that way, because there's so many folks who are here on a regular basis, and it just wouldn't be right. You guys are doing this. This is your channel. This isn't mine. So I appreciate you hanging out with us this evening. And we also need to make sure we don't need to ring the bell. So here on this channel, if you get a new baby, all right, you come on, let us know that you got a new baby, what baby you got, and we'll ring the bell for your baby, because we understand getting new equipment, getting new stuff for your studios is an exciting thing. And most of the times our families don't understand that. So we celebrate with you here on this channel. So let's go on over to the chat. Thank you to everyone who popped in and told me that there was no sound. I appreciate that because I was just blabbing. I wasn't even looking at the chat. That's just how crazy it is. So at any rate, EJ's daughter was first in the house. How are you doing, EJ's daughter? Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss Bickham, hello. How are you? Thank you for joining us as well, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And if Melissa is there, tell her I said hi. Mary Brown, hello. How are you? Welcome. Felice Newsom, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So till we begin embroidery, Miss Shirley, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Gail Moore, good evening to you as well, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Let's see, Pearl Lucas, Lori Campbell, hello. How are you all? And I'll FYI I did see somebody was like, hey, give her a call. My phone should be on silent. Usually it's on silent for the show so that if I get a phone call, it won't, blow y'all's audio out of the water. So calling probably wouldn't work either. I apologize. We gotta get it. I gotta get this together. Let's see. Nakomi Butler, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Miss Dorothy Gasser from STL is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Shamira Customs. Hey, Honey Bun. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And definitely EMB, Gail Fort, Kathy, Sharon, Fowler. Thank you all for trying to let me know y'all couldn't hear everybody. I'm on mute. Y'all know, look, if you come in and you see me talking and you don't hear anything, I'm on mute. So we already know that's my call to fame. I don't know what it is about why I can't. Yeah, Harmony was like, she'll figure it out soon enough. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, Becky Chisholm from Texas. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Oh, you texted me, Mom. Sorry, I didn't see it. Let's see. Allison Holloway. Hello. Can I repeat? Yeah, repeated everything. Simone Warren. Hello. How are you this evening? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yas. Nicole Butler says I can hear you now. Thank you. It went out 25 seconds before I said, oh, yeah, see, y'all couldn't even hear the thing. Man, I'd have played it again just for the heck of it. All right, Crafty Puerto Rican. Hey, Sugar, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. I appreciate you popping over here with us. Carmen Alvarado, hello. Thank you for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate it. Welcome. I know Love Me More sound. That's hilarious. Lisa Cook from Southwest Florida. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Somebody said crackly. Can you hear? How is the sound? Is it any better? Very crackly. Oh no, it's probably this stupid headset. Let me switch it and go to the other one and see if that helps. Because sometimes these dumb earbud things. And you know what else? My AirPods are tripping because normally I use my AirPods, but the other things now when I put them in, I can barely hear out of them, and they're not dirty because I check them. I watched this crazy YouTube video on cleaning AirPods. Y'all, if you ever want to get grossed out, go watch it. I don't know what it is. It's gross, but you just can't stop watching it. And he was cleaning AirPods, so I know the AirPods aren't dirty, but I can't hardly hear out of them anymore. And I'm just like, bruh. And I know I'm not quite going deaf like that just yet because I can hear out of these just fine. So I don't know what's my stupid AirPods. Man, I hope I got the warranty. I can't remember if I did or not. But at any rate, hello Arlene Wade. How are you? Welcome. The Sewing Brett. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Is the sound better? Let me scroll down. Is the sound better? Let me know. Because if not, then I'll have to. I'll try the AirPods and see, because you guys I think can hear just fine. It's just I can't hear, but I don't need to hear myself, so it's not that big of a deal. Just seems right, Little Woods Brown. Hello, Mary Jan Petrovich. Good evening. Thank you for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate that. Abigail Brewster from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Crackable Things. Hello, PJ Coppage. Always a pleasure. Hello. Pamela Bradley White. Hello. Let's see what's Rhinestone videos and now hook little blingy shirts and bags. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you very much. It's still crackling. Okay, you know what? We finna switch to the AirPods because I can't deal with that drama. Still crackling. Sounds not better. All right, let's switch to AirPods and see if we can get these AirPods up and going. Because sometimes that's better, and sometimes it's not. No telling y'all. Y'all know how it goes over here. Let's see, AirPods. Let's see. Is it gonna connect? I might just take the thing headset all the way off and just talk into the darn do flashy. That didn't work. Let's see. I can hear. So I know they should work. I don't think let's do this. Properties. All right. So that should be better. That's just the computer that I'm using right now. It's not the headset because for whatever reason now my earbuds aren't one. Oh, it's probably because I had the other earbuds connected. I told y'all I'm not technical at all. Let's see. Yeah, it's because I had those. So let me take those off and take this off. And now put this on and see if the AirPods work now. Now the AirPods want to work. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do this. And only reason why I'm gonna try the AirPods is because okay, there we go. I'm gonna do the AirPods so that we can, when I go over there, you can hear. Because if I leave it at that other microphone, when I go over there, y'all be hearing the back of my head and that stuff. So at any rate, we're AirPods now. Okay, sorry. Oh my God, sorry I didn't say hi to certain folks. Let me make sure because I thought I saw somebody get a machine earlier. Sorry y'all for the crackling and whatnot. Lisa Cook got my first Cricut maker as a gift yesterday. As a gift, I have no clue what to do with it. Oh my gosh. We're going to give you a clue tonight. But meanwhile, congratulations on your new Cricut. Yes. Congratulations. Cricut maker in the house. That's what's up. We're going to be cutting on the Cricut 1. But a lot of the settings and stuff are still just about the same. Now, Cricut Maker does have more options you can choose from, but the options, they kind of made it easy for you. So we'll be using a t-shirt vinyl. So when you're using your Cricut Maker, just put your setting on t-shirt vinyl. So that's what we'll do. Sorry, Janice Haynes. Hopefully the sound is better for you. Irma Miller, hello, how are you? Thank you for being live with us. We appreciate it. Diana Henderson, Dolores Blake, and Andrea, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. So if it was crackling earlier, hopefully y'all heard all my introduction and all of that stuff because I was saying all kind of stuff. It's just, and I'm not going to repeat all of that because that's crazy. I would have y'all here all night long just talking. Lisa Cook, hello, how are you? Meaty Black, hello. Oh, Lisa Cook, you said typo. Intimidating. Yes, they can be intimidating. Susan523, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Shirley Dabney, Joyce and Taylor, hello. Oh, Melissa says hi. Okay, cool. Reeves. Kristen Smith, hello. Miss Social Deb. Hey, Miss Social Deb, how are you? Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss Pamela Bradley White as well. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Craftable Things, hello, how are you, my dear? Welcome, thank you for joining us this evening. PJ Coppage, always a blast with you here. Thank you for joining us. And I think I did, but I'm going to say it anyway. Just seems right. Linda Woods Brown, hello again. Welcome. Eartha Lewis, hello. Marge Campbell, thank you for saying hit the thumbs up. Hello, how are you? All right, so I saw better. Ms. Zale Nicole, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss L. Nicole, maybe. Okay. Barbara Barrington, hello. How are you? All right. So let us see. Aaron L. Good evening. Hello. Angela Cyprian. Hello. Let's see. Hopefully, I did not forget anybody. Lisa Cook, afraid of my Cricut. No idea where to start. Okay. Well, let's not do everything just yet. But eventually, yes, you can do everything. It went back to crackling static. Just one question. Did you check the two lace sites I gave you? Lace? Did you email them to me? Then I'll take it off of the headset. It could be the Bluetooth is acting up, y'all, because you know sometimes Bluetooth ain't faithful either. All right, so we just left it on the regular computer. I took it off of the headset. Let's see. Joan Wesley, hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Debbie, hello. Welcome. Barbara Barrington, hello. All is well. Thank you for letting us know and welcome. Andrea, I don't know if I got your. Did you send an email? I'm gonna tell you what. It's just been one of these things, health wise. So it's no telling. And I probably forgot because I'm a horrible memory person. I forget everything. But hey, Lori, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. That's perfect sound. Okay. You screenshot saved it free. Oh, last Sunday. No, I have not gone back to do that. No, I just no, I haven't. I need to. Dab Prince 09. Hello, how are you? Andre, I'm trying to tell you, girl, it's this week has been a rest week. I'll put it that way. So the little bit that I did do when I did do some stuff wasn't much because I just chilled out. And one day I just slept most of the day. I don't know what that was all about. My body was just wasn't feeling it. But anyway, we ain't here to talk about that. If your batteries are low, they crackle and static. Man, I know the batteries ain't low on them. The first ones I had in because I put them suckers on charge yesterday, so I know they're charged like they're supposed to be. But at any rate, hey, Latanya York, how are you? Welcome. Jennifer Harris, hello. So you guys, tonight, we got some goodies here. Some goodies. Hey, Avery Head, how are you? We got some goodies here from the Heat Transfer Warehouse. They sent us some really cool vinyl. I'm super excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you over here on this camera, and then we'll put it back over there for when the time comes. But they sent us, now, I'm going to be honest, I've never used heat transfer vinyl that is, you have to use transfer tape with it. I was shocked. So when I got it, I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Why do I have transfer tape? So it took me a minute to try to figure this out. And I was like, wait a minute. So I went on their website and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Because usually I use transfer tape with vinyl that is adhesive vinyl, not heat press vinyl. So this is going to be cool. Beverly Smith, welcome. Thank you for joining the Hoop Group. We really appreciate it. Welcome to the crew. Yes, thank you. We appreciate you being a part of the Hoop Group. We love it. We love it. Please definitely make sure you use your emojis because those emojis are super cool. And we're going to have some fun with them. But this is the heat transfer vinyl that they sent us. Isn't that pretty? Such pretty chocolatey colors. So I found a font online. Actually, I found a design that I like. And we're going to adjust it a little bit because one of the fonts is two fonts in the design and I don't like one of the fonts. So we're going to switch and do a different font for one part of it and put it on a shirt and have us a good time. And then this one we have, hey, Sharice Hilty from Indiana. Hey, Laverne Miller, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Is it Sharice or is it Cheris? Let me know from Indiana. Is it Sharice? If it's Sharice, say yes. And here is the other vinyl. This is more of an ombre chocolate. They must know I like chocolate. Chocolate don't like me, but I love chocolate. So this is a pretty ombre that we're going to do a design with on this as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll show you the design that I found. that I bought off of Etsy, but we're going to go to Creative Fabrica to replace that part of the font that I'm not a fan of. So we'll do that. And then, like I said, they sent 3 shirts for us to use, and we'll do our transfers on there. And then I have a dress as well that I want that design that I found to go on my dress. So we'll put that dress, that design with probably the ombre. I don't know. I gotta make up my mind. It might end up being the chocolate stripes because there's more room for me to use the brighter side of the browns for that. Alrighty, so let me switch us over to, well, not just yet. Now that I think about it, there we go. We're going to switch us over to the computer to show you the design. Actually, first, let's go to Heat Transfer Warehouse. All right, so Heat Transfer Warehouse, as I mentioned, they're really cool for sending that because they asked me what we wanted to do. And Marge Campbell, I've been buying all kinds of transfer stuff. I have HTV, glitter HTV, found a YouTube that had a way to use overhead clear sheets, so found my overhead sheets. It's like Sheris. Oh, Sheris. Okay. The reason why I asked is because my middle name is Sharice and it's spelled just like your name. So that's why I asked. And very rare do I find somebody with that name. So you're like the 3rd person ever that I found with that. Number 2, 3 including me is what I'm saying. But that's cool. Let's see. All right, let's switch over to our desktop so that you can see this is Heat Transfer Warehouse. So if you're looking for the vinyl, that's right here. Hey, Knick-Knack Nurse, how are you? Welcome. If you're looking for the heat transfer vinyl that we're using today, you would go to Heat Transfer Warehouse main page. And the super color transfers is what they sent. So super excited to show you all that here shortly. And then you go down to Heat Transfer Vinyl, click there. And we're using this one in the middle, the patterned vinyl. Okay, but they also have all kinds of other vinyl. And then they also have specialty vinyl, which is pretty cool. Glow in the dark, glitter, puff. You know, they have the whole gamut. And it's really exciting to see all of the things that they offer. As a matter of fact, my intent is to go up there soon to visit the warehouse. I'm trying to get that together. So they have sublimation blanks, they have heat presses and cutters, they even have sublimation supplies. It's just totally awesome. But in getting to starting a business with just $250, this is my take on that. Actually, let's switch back because that's the title of today's show, and I want to make sure I stay true to that and mention why I'm saying that. So came across a lady, I think it was in where is she? I'm pretty sure I was in Craftable Things live chat. Pretty sure that's where I was. And the person said they wanted to get into sublimation but can't afford it. And I'm like, bruh, you can afford to get into sublimation. It's not super difficult. The thing is, it's almost like most of the folks in here tonight are mature women, most of us, or mature men. Very few of the folks that watch this channel live are younger than me. But we have adult children, most of us. Or we have friends that have adult children or siblings that have adult children. We know about adult children. And when a child gets to a certain age, teenage or whatever, and they decide, hey, I'm grown, it's time to move out, they move out on their own. Well, what usually happens when they move out on their own, they get into their place and they look around and they're like, I don't have dishes, I don't have forks, I don't have, my son was like, I don't have a Keurig. And I'm like, bruh, a Keurig, are you kidding? That boy went and found him a Keurig, right? they don't have a lot of the creature comforts that we have because we've been building this up for years, right? This is not something that we just moved out and we moved into a house that's completely furnished and we had everything. So the same principle applies when you're starting a new business. Very rarely is it that folks can get a loan for $100,000 and just boom, a business materializes and they have every piece of equipment and everything that they need. And unfortunately, what I found is in a lot of instances when folks, jump off of that, out of that pot and into that fire, sometimes the businesses don't last as long as they thought they would because you're starting behind the eight ball, So it's my favorite thing to see a person start with bare little and then build up to having, what they need. So that's what I suggest is, take your time and jump into it with a foot at a time, and then, do the other foot. You don't need to jump both feet. You hurt your knees. We get too old. We need to protect our knees, right? So what I suggest is $250. If you can save up for that or just piece that, this is how I would suggest to do it. So let us just check. Now, I'm near Charlotte. I don't live exactly in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I'm close enough. Sorry, I can't see my there it is. So I'm close to Charlotte. So let's go to Charlotte and we'll do Craigslist. I ain't been on Craigslist in so long. Does it still exist? I don't know. Charlotte. It must still exist. All right. So if you go on to Craigslist and you're wanting to get into, let's say embroidery, right? So let's type in embroidery machines. Let's see if they have any. It says there are 2. Here's one for $2,400. Here's one for $5, and here's one for $4. Now, I will say this right now in this area, and not very many people are using Craigslist anymore, from what I understand. But right now, you're going to find a bit of a shortage of embroidery machines, so that's going to hinder you a little bit. But look at here, $145. Somebody is selling an embroidery machine. It's an older embroidery machine, but it's an embroidery machine. $145 leaves you with something left over to buy a stabilizer. And 9 times out of 10, they'll have a few things to go with it. Let's see if they have anything to go with it. Various memory cards, embroidery hoops. So she doesn't have the stabilizer to go with it, but stabilizer isn't hard to get. We can get that off of Amazon. So what I'm showing you is there's more than one way to skin a cat. This is a starting point. Like, you are so determined and so excited about getting into doing embroidery. If you take the time to look in the used market, there's a good chance you'll find something extremely affordable that you can just jump in and with the one foot at a time and get started. Okay, so it's not necessary to break the bank. Let's try again. So let's go back to Charlotte. And this time, let's search for a Cricut, because that's so common nowadays. And because they just came out with a new Cricut machine, you'll probably find one affordable. Look at here, Canapolis, $100. That's not far from here. Is the Cricut Joy. Cricut Explore Air 2. That's the most recent after you got the newest machine, and just before that is the Cricut Air 2. $140. All right, so 140 minus 250, that still leaves you $110 to buy supplies and stuff with. You could even just say forget the Cricut and do the mug press if you wanted to and start doing mugs. So you can get into making money if you just take the time and find where someone else has upgraded and then get into the business that way. So that's why I'm saying $250 isn't a whole heck of a lot. Now, when it comes to doing sublimation, on the other hand, let me link you to another website. Hopefully, now, if I'm remembering correctly, sometimes she has some some designs that are borderline for those. Hopefully I don't find anything with any offensive language. But this lady, Debbie Does Design, she, if I'm remembering correctly, she sells sublimation transfers. If I'm remembering correctly, because that was pretty much why I even started fooling with her and looking at her stuff. Sublimation printable designs. SVG designs, design, blah, 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 supplies, blanks. So maybe she stopped doing sublimation designs. But there are folks out here who sell transfers. For instance, they have a sublimation printer and you can buy transfers from them. The same principle applies when it comes to like I'm doing DTF. If you don't want to pay $2,500 for a printer, then you can buy the transfers and still do DTF, right? And then that's where you go on to Craigslist and find, oh yeah, that's what I meant to look at. Find a heat press if you can't afford to buy one outright. So here in a minute, we'll go to Heat Transfer Warehouse and look at their heat presses. So let's see, Charlotte, let's look at a heat press, see what they got out here. Usually they have more heat presses than they have Cricuts. That's crazy. Let's see. Oh, that's why, because of this kind of press. And then I'm on Craigslist. Many people don't use it. They use Facebook Marketplace. And I didn't want to pull up my Facebook. And I don't see anybody with a heat press. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Heat press machine, $100. Even though that was June 26th, but still, they may still have that because it looks small. And that's what we're using over here. It looks almost just like it, about the same size. It's a little, yep, same size. It's a small heat press, but it's enough to do a shirt. It's enough to do the front of the shirt. It's enough to do the back of the shirt, the sleeves, whatever you want to do on a shirt. So we're going to do shirts and a dress with that thing. So $100 can get you a heat press. You just need to make sure it works when you get there and they turn it on. Even if you don't do a used heat press, let's check this out. Amazon, we'll type in heat press. You can get Easy Press 2 9x9 for $138, brand new. Brand new. And still heat press shirts. It will work to press shirts. $171 for a brand new heat press. That's still under your $250. All right. So there are options out here that you can get if you have to start out and get into the business. So if you want to do sublimation and you don't have a heat press, you can get an Easy Press and then buy transfers from somebody for right now. And you can still make your stuff because there are really popular transfers out there. I wish I could remember that lady's website where she was selling sublimation transfers, but right now I can't think of what it was. So I apologize for that. But there are Facebook groups where they sell, I think it's Tattle Twos or something like that, where they sell transfers so that you can get into the business. Rhinestones, check this out. Heat Transfer Warehouse. You can go here and you can click on Rhinestones and look right here, stock rhinestone transfers. So even if you don't have the funding to purchase rhinestones and get into it directly, look, you can, even though it's a 5 to 7 business day production time, that's all right. They can put these transfers together and mail them to you, and you just press them to your shirts. You don't have to have the Cricut to cut this stuff out. You can just buy the transfers already there. And that's where I really think people forget that there's other options. There's another way to make it work and to make this money. So definitely check out Heat Transfer Warehouse. Let's take a look at the transfers they sent us, because I do DTF, and these transfers are the super color. transfers, and the super color transfers are DTF. Okay, so they sent us. Here's one that says Fighter. Really cute. Love that. Then they have this one, Made in the USA. Love that as well. Then we have Seniors. So for someone who may have a senior graduating, and look at that ombre. Nice. Nice ombre. Faith over Fear. Love that. 1865 for the Juneteenth, even though that's past, but still. We got that. And then we have Grad 2022. So we have some really nice transfers. And what we'll do is we'll press a couple of these to the shirts that they sent us so that you can see how really easy it is. They have stock transfers as well. They also do custom transfers, as you see right here where you click on custom transfers. And you can have a custom rhinestone transfer, a custom super color transfer. Look, custom sublimation transfer. So you don't have to have a sublimation printer. You don't have to have a DTF printer. You don't have to have a rhinestone placing machine. You don't have to have the Cricut to cut out the rhinestone flock and buy all the stones and buy all the flock and brush all that stuff in and then the transfer tape and stuff. You don't have to have that. You got folks out here that will make it for you. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are looking to get into the business. It is very much possible to start doing multiples of these actually with just $250, especially if you're buying the transfers from somewhere else, right? Right. So a lot of these you just need a heat press. Pretty much. So that $250 can be your heat press. And they have heat presses as well. Now keep in mind, links are in the description below to all of this. So if you want to come back and take a look at what they have, I love the Walla heat presses. They have Walla, which is very affordable. And the Wallas have been selling out, man. You got to jump on the Walla presses. But they do have them. All right. So I'm going to go back to what we're going to do with our vinyl today. So this is the design I purchased. It's an add to cart kind of day. I have this type of day quite often where you just got to add some stuff to the cart to make yourself feel good and check out. And so this is what I want to put on my dress. And I'm going to use the striped vinyl and see how that turns out. I think that's going to be super cute. So this is what I want to do. But the reason why I'm wanting to change this a little bit is because you see how the A has, and the letters have the space in them for that washed kind of sort of like look. That's okay. It's super cute. Don't get it twisted. This would be perfect for DTF. But I'm going to be doing vinyl. And y'all know I don't like to weed at all. So we're not going to be weeding all these little spaces out of these letters. So I'm going to change this to some size. Actually, what I probably can do is go ahead and just use it in Cricut to design space. And Cricut cuts it out, but then I just press it without weeding it. So I probably can do that too. I didn't think about that until just now. So that's an option as well. That way I don't have to worry about getting a font. But if I did want to change it, we have Creative Fabrica, which you guys know I promote Creative Fabrica hardcore because this is the most amazing deal for fonts and graphics and embroidery designs and stuff that I have found out there, because you just get a subscription, and our subscription link is cheaper than any other subscription link that's there. So our link is renewed at a different price than everybody else. So you always get a good deal for us from here, our link. But if you get Creative Fabrica and you find a font you like, for instance, let's go to display and like Chalk Dream, even though that's a bunch of weeding, so I would not choose that for vinyl. I would not. Gnome Lover is cute. Loving Kitten is super cute. All of these actually are cute, but I'm looking at ones that would be super cute for vinyl. Creative Vintage has that washed out, so that wouldn't work for vinyl for me. Mighty Sunrise is super cute. That would work for vinyl because there's very little weeding within the letter itself. Like for instance, Milkshake has these white areas that you would need to weed. Space is super cute. Y'all know I did the Dino font that one time before on a shirt. This space is like everything. I absolutely love the space. Pirate. So you just, when you find a design that you like for instance, I've already gotten Designer. I also like Cowboy Master. That's kind of cute. You click it and you say, "Ooh, that's super cute. I really like this." It says there are 7 fonts inside. Now this is if you have a membership, right? You can say, "Oh, this is so cute. There are 7 fonts inside. You know what? I want that." Then you come up here and you just click this green button that says download, and guess what? It's yours. Holler. It opens up right there on your computer. You don't have to go and figure out how much money you got in your account because you already a member and you can just get it, honey. So every font on here, if you want it, you click on it, you get it. And I've been telling folks all this time about Creative Fabrica, and I've been telling you it's an obsession. And it will make you lose your mind, because if you think you got fonts for days now, you really will have fonts for days after this. Okay. And this is another way you can utilize this with your $250 to start up a business and create designs from the stuff these folks is offering you for an extra $19.99 a month. I'm just trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to be the plug. I'm trying to be the plug for starting your business. I'm trying. It's just, I mean, some folks just don't listen. But anyways, I have the font now. The font now belongs to me, so I will double click these later and put them in our account. But you just download what you need here, and then you open up Cricut, and you can cut it out, or Silhouette if you have Silhouette, and use that to create your design. All right, and they also have embroidery designs too. So if you're interested in getting designs like this, unicorn would be amazing this coming winter for some onesies or for a little girl's shirt. Look at this. Look at the teddy bear garland. Oh my God. Do we need to do a tutorial on the teddy bear garland? Let us click on this. Y'all, look. That is so cute. I'm not even supposed to be looking at this right now. This has nothing to do with a shirt, but I just can't help it. Look at how cute that is. Oh my God. Okay, see, if you ain't got the Creative Fabrica membership for nothing else, you need to do this. Tell me that wouldn't make money. Tell me it wouldn't, so I can call you a lie right now. Tell me that wouldn't. Especially if you put the kid's name like on the wing of the plane or up there on the cloud. Come on now. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Y'all know this is a dream come true over here at this Creative Fabrica. All right, so let's get back to our shirt. So what we're going to do, let me check and make sure. I'm pretty sure I bought this design. I know I did, because I bought several designs today off of Etsy, and then add to cart. I saw it and I wanted it. I'm pretty sure I bought it. So let me make sure I bought it, and then we'll go ahead and cut it out. Oh no. I didn't buy that one. I'm going to show you what I did buy. Sorry. I lied. I do need to buy that one. I'm going to buy that one too. But I also like this one. Look at this one. Y'all, this is me up one wall and down the other. Check this out. This is on Etsy. Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute. This is me. Oh my God. Forever. I am the horriblest procrastinator out there. And it's like, I'm trying real hard to change that, but don't rush me. I'm going to do it. I promise I'm gonna do it. And then I forget. So that don't help either. But anyway, so this is what I wanted to put on the dress. And I do have another dress, so I'll probably put the checkout cart kind of day on the other dress. Or maybe a t-shirt. I don't know, I ain't made up my mind. But I like this one too. So I did buy this one. And I also bought what is this one? I like this one too. It wasn't like funny, but do not disturb my peace, my joy, my grind, my whole entire vibe. I like that too. So, you know, when I go to the grocery store and stuff like that, I like to wear stuff where I'm just like, bruh, this is me. Don't bother me right now. Don't come for me. But anyways, that's a whole different conversation. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, you guys. Which one you want to do first? You want to do the transfers, or do you want to go on to Cricut and create something? Let me see. Also, I'm going back up into the chat because I haven't even been looking at it, and I apologize. Many people think you need to have a sawgrass or so to start up. No, you don't need a sawgrass. As a matter of fact, I saw more sawgrass for sale than printers that have been converted. Tell me how that works. So yeah, it's a trip. Baby steps. And Miss Pamela Bradley White say, I know about the knees. I'm trying to tell you about the knees. The knees are jacked up. Coffee Powered Home. Hi. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being here and letting us know that you're new. Andrea says, bargain shop, I learned how to use a PC when I was in the military. Got out in 98 and been bargain shopping on the computer ever since 99. Trying to tell you, you have to wheel and deal. You know what I'm saying? Why pay full price if you don't have to? So if somebody else decided they didn't want to do embroidery, I'm gonna tell y'all, one of my embroidery machines, I'm gonna tell you how I got it. The guy called, I saw the listing and I was like, why is he only selling this embroidery machine for $200? So I was like, bruh, what's the deal with the embroidery machine? Is it? He was like, it's brand new in the box. What? And you selling it for 200? He was like, my wife bought this stupid thing and she won't do anything with it, so I'm selling it. That sounds like a y'all problem, but I am gonna go ahead and take advantage of this deal. I tell her don't hold it against me. It was a deal, but that sounds like a y'all problem. So yeah, I got a embroidery machine for $200. I'm trying to tell you, sometimes it works out like that. River City Creative, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Craftable Things says hello to Coffee Power. Thank you. Y'all, I just love how y'all are back and forth in here and helping each other. I appreciate it. Debbie still sells printable designs. Okay, I thought she did, but I don't know why I didn't see it on the website. I probably overlooked it. Hey, Inspiration Creations, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. Been hearing a lot about Supercolor. Okay. See, and when they reached out, I was like, I didn't know they had Supercolor, but look at the colors though. Isn't that gorgeous? Just bright and vivid and stuff. You know, my DTF is getting there. I gotta get my colors right, but it's getting there. I can be cute too when I do my DTF right. Use the contour tool in Cricut Design Space to remove the little cuts. Shut up. Contour tool. Coffee Power Home, don't make me download this thing and try it out right now. I think I'm going to download this thing. Use contour around the letter. See? Y'all know stuff I don't even know. Do they have a free trial? Yes, they do have a trial. Jazz 97. Creative Fabrica, yes. Oh, and guess what else? Now you didn't hear this from me, cause y'all know I'm real. I'll tell you in a hot minute. Don't go into debt, because you know it's just don't go into debt. It really ain't worth it to start a business and just be behind the 8 ball. But what camera am I on? I'm on this camera. Hold on, let's switch this. Let's switch this so I can see this. Check this out. Heat transfer warehouse. Say for instance, you like this pretty purple heat press. You say, you know, I want this pretty purple heat press. And you click on it and you be like, bruh, I don't have $4.99. Look what these fools got, y'all. They have Afterpay and Klarna. So you can choose either one. And it breaks it up into 4 payments. No interest. You just got to make sure that money is in there when the 2 weeks go by and it's time for your payment. So they talking about 4 interest-free payments of $124.75. So $124.75, this will be shipped to you. You just, I mean, and don't get in trouble with this. Please don't get in trouble with this, because, and they look, they even got a firm. I'm pretty sure that's a firm right there. So there's 3 different options you got to buy something with. So it'll mess you up if you ain't careful, because then you be like, ooh, so then that means I can buy some vinyl, and I can buy some rhinestones, and I can buy some blanks, and then next thing you know, you racked up a bill, and then when that payment of $300 come around, and you be crying because it's $300. Not that I know anything about that, but yeah, it's, you know, you have ways to be able to get to what you want without having to have everything up front. But you ain't hear that from me. Tanya, you say focus, E, focus. I know, right? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let's see. Pearl Lucas says, so cute. Thank you, thank you. That is a rabbit hole I get lost in there on a daily basis. Yeah, that creative Fabrica, I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you. I need that do not disturb one. Yeah. Can you sell items using Etsy's design files? Okay. So the crafty Puerto Rican. You have to be careful. You have to be careful, because just because someone is selling it on Etsy doesn't mean they have the right to sell it. Therein lies the biggest problem. Now, most of these, like the ones with the words that I just said, like the do not disturb one, you should be okay with that one. Because I need to move this darn thing so that I can, let me close this out some so that I can always get to what I need to get to. But the do not disturb one, you should be okay. That is not what I wanted to do. I did not want to open Software Pro. And the reason why I say that is because your do not disturb, my peace, my joy, my grind, my whole entire vibe, far as we know, SBG Cuttables was the one to come up with that. But and I'm gonna give you a really good for instance, so that you can understand where I'm coming from with this. You remember the mama bear thing, you know, mama bear and then the teddy bear, or the bear look the thing, or even boy mom type thing. It's words, but it's a phrase. And so many folks were selling mama bear shirts and boy mom shirts at one point in time, and then all of a sudden here comes old girl over here, and she's like, no, I got the patent on that, y'all gonna have to stop selling this, because I was the first one to come up with it. So do not disturb, my peace, my joy, my grind, my whole entire vibe, she might have seen that somewhere else and then decided to sell the shirts too. But then later on, you come to find out that this person actually came up with that first, and now they shutting everybody down that's selling it on Etsy. So it's a rabbit hole, man. It sucks. It just makes you sad, and it's almost like you kind of need to come up with your own stuff, so to speak, so that you don't have to worry about stepping on nobody's toes, pretty much. So yeah, it's so to answer your question, the crafty Puerto Rican, can you sell items using Etsy design files? I really don't know how to answer that, because a lot of it depends on what file you purchase. Because I promise you, we can definitely go on here and let's see. I'm trying to tell you, somebody on here still selling Disney. Look at this. This is Disney stuff. Oh no, that's just a t-shirt. Hold on, that may not be them. Hold on. Let's do Disney SVG. Oh, here we go. Cut above rubies. I don't know who this is. Whether they got a license to sell it or not, I don't know. And it ain't my place to. I don't care. So I mean, it's not my shop. I'm not buying it. I tell you that. Unless I wanted to use it for a personal reason, but I'm not a super Disney person like that. But can you sell this on a shirt? No, because you don't have a license to do so. So that's, you know, that's it's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets. It's crazy in these creative streets. I'm trying to tell you, because if you come up with something and it's catchy, Lori knows. Lori, if you still in here, honey, I hope to God your stuff is patented, because her little bags is super cute that you make with the placemats. She came up with that idea, and she was showing that idea, and it was just like it took off and it blew sky high, and everybody and their grandma was making them bags. But it's her design. She is the one that started that, as far as I know, and from what I've seen, because she was cranking them out back to back, and it's just like, if I came out with a placemat bag, I'd be stepping on her toes because she started that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not fair to her, especially if I'm out here selling designs or whatever. But anyway, let me shut up before I make somebody mad. But yes, you can sell some designs, but not all designs are available for that. So be careful. I'll just put it that way. Please be careful. Because some folks, will you quit doing that? Sorry, y'all. Some folks is out here just breaking the law. And you know, or some folks, like I said, they come from behind. They sneak up and be like, no, I've been selling that and that's mine. And you be like, bro, I ain't never seen you out here. And ain't no, yeah, no, it's crazy. It's crazy. Meaty Black says it's best to get a little at a time. That's what I did. That's how I did too. I did the same thing. Coffee powered home. I love your answer. It depends on the shop owner. Many shop owners state in the listing if it includes a commercial license or at least what uses they allow, and that is correct. Yes, Creative Fabrica. We have that promotion, $1 for the first month, and then after that, it's regular $19.99 a month. Let's see. Debt is the devil. They coming for me. Coffee powered home. I love that purple heat press. EJ's daughter said, I know. They got a green one, and I was like, if that green one was that color purple, I promise y'all I'd be in debt buying that purple one, but it's green. And I'm like, forever blessed. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Let's see. Hey, Shirley Logan, how are you? Welcome. Have a hard time opening SVGs. What program are you having a hard time opening them with? Is it your Cricut or is it Silhouette? Let's know. People be trying to trademark stuff like Summer Vibes. I'm trying to tell you, it's just how you going. But you can't be mad in a way, because it's like, I don't know what it is. You remember how way back McDonald's coffee spilled and everybody was trying to sue McDonald's all over the place for coffee, and everybody was so happy about everything. It's almost like that same vibe, you know, where they're just like, no, that I'm gonna own that, I'm trademarking that, blah blah blah, and that's cool. I get the hustle, but it's just ain't much left out here for everybody else. It's just like, well, they probably made their license on their Cricut. We're gonna leave that alone. Miss Beckham said have a good relationship with Klarna. Unfortunately, I don't know nothing about that. Mr. Lowry probably watching, so I don't know nothing about that. Coffee power home. I don't play with the government. I need to keep my house right. Trying to tell you, Josiah. I've been struggling, just getting started. I know I am creative, but lost. Someone please help. And Shirley Logan, yes, not sure I am new at this. Okay, so let's go ahead and open an SVG. Josiah. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Don't struggle. Pick a struggle and just stick with that one. And then when you get good with it, start to struggle with something else. So we'll show you. Carol Coleman says, I like that orange press. That orange press is pretty. Let's show one struggle. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to make sure that I have purchased that design that I was looking at. I know, like I said, you know what? Let me stick with the designs that I already paid for, and I'll go back and get to leave the cart, add the cart thing later. So I'm pretty sure I downloaded those. I'm going to go ahead and download the files. Pretty sure I did, but I'm going to download them again because I moved a bunch of files. And what I'm going to do is show you from the jump. So here is my Etsy where I purchased Don't Rush Me and Do Not Disturb. All right. So if you want the SVG, Don't Rush Me, so we'll click on download and it will automatically download. Now on my computer, it automatically opens the zip file, which that's what it is, which is why up here at the top it says extract. Now, forgive me if you know this part and how this works. I try not to take for granted that people understand every single step, so I go through every single step just because I do that for everyone. Kind of offended somebody today, and I was like, bro, I do this for everybody. But anyway, so it says extract, and that's what you want to do. So up here, there's a button that says extract all. Now, this is Windows. I am not proficient at all with Macintosh. I don't know how to use Mac. Don't have a Mac. So, you know, closest thing I got is iPad and AirPods, and I'm struggling with both of them. So that tells you what I know about Mac. So you would click on extract all. Now, once you click extract all, normally, you see where this says show extracted files when complete. Most people have that box checked so that once they're extracted, it'll open up the new folder. I don't check that box because I know where my stuff is, but I'm going to leave it checked just for the sake of the video. And I'm going to click on extract. Okay. So here is the unzipped folder. All right. So the file has been extracted and it's right here. So if we double click on it, it's going to show Don't Rush Me, Don't Rush Me. And I'm going to switch this to, I'm right clicking to open up this menu, and I'm going to go to view and I'm going to go to large icons so that I can see pictures of what I'm working with. Okay. So here is, and if you hover over it, it says PNG, and here you hover over this one, it says PNG, hover over this one is a DXF, but the Microsoft icon for me is always the SVG. And it'll call it an HTML document. So this is your SVG right here. Okay. So now that I have it extracted, let's go to Cricut and open it up. And here is my Cricut design space. And I'm going to upload. Okay. So when you go to upload, now you do need, you're saying you're having trouble opening SVGs. You do need to have Cricut or either Silhouette, if you have either one of those cutting machines. So we'll go to upload image. Y'all see my handsome son-in-law? That's my son-in-law right there. Ain't him cute? Anyway, sorry. Upload image and we'll browse. And I need to be on my desktop. And the folder is Don't Rush Me. So we'll open that up and I'm going to double click there. And here is the SVG right here. Remember the Microsoft symbol is the SVG. From Design Bundles. Okay. So we'll open, I think I have Silhouette on this computer. If I do, we'll open it. But this one says Don't Rush Me, and let's open. And there it is. It shows up right there. I don't have to do anything extra to it. And then just click upload. That's why I do like an SVG instead of uploading a PNG, a picture. Then I have to edit it and all that other kind of, take out the background and all that jazz, and that's the thing. So I click on it, turn it green to make the box green around it. If I want to add, say for instance, his picture too, and work on both at the same time, you can click both of them. It'll turn them green. Everything green that you click on will be on the desktop. Okay. But we're going to import just that one. So it's green. And I'm going to come down here to the lower right hand corner and click on Insert Images. And now we have the SVG on the Cricut desktop. Cricut design space. So here is our design. And like I said, for me and my preference, whenever I do t-shirts, designs that I put on t-shirts, especially if I know it's for a woman, I like to leave it at about 9 inches wide, maybe 9.5 inches, because most boobs up to like extra large, 9.5, you know, is a good center of the chest, and it's not going all up under the arms and stuff. Now, if you have a really petite person, then you may want to adjust that down some. Or even if I have a 5X, I still leave it at about 9.5. I try not to dicker with the size too much unless it's for kids or an extra small person. Okay, so 9.5. So right now it's at a 10. I don't want it at a 10. So I'm gonna come up here to my size where it says 10 by 9.232, and I'm going to change this 10 to a 9, and I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard, and it shrinks it for me. All right, hey Sheila Cushionberry. Oh, you are in the Eastern time zone. My bad, girl. So now what I want to do is, now somebody said contour cut. Oh, I see it now. I'd have to break all this up to take that I'm out of there. Do I want to go through that? That's not a lot of weeding, so we'll be all right. We'll try contour cut when I got time, because we still got to do our super color transfers. So we'll click on make. Well, no, can't click on make it because it says the Cricut Joy, and I want the Cricut Explorer family because I got my Explorer hooked up. And now I'm going to say make it. Two things. Here's one tip. You can flip this now because I know it's going on a t-shirt. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Because this vinyl, they say cut this right side because we're using transfer tape to pick it up. So we're going to cut it with the colors facing up so you don't have to mirror this one. So I was wrong. Okay. So we're going to leave that like it is. But ordinarily, when you use like Caesar Easy Weed or Caesar vinyl, you would need to mirror it so that you can cut it from the glue side and then weed it and then turn it back over because it's on its own transfer sheet, and then press it to your garment. So yes, ordinarily. So let's go to make it. And it's going to open up right here on the nope. What did I not do? I did not attach. So let's attach it. Sorry, I forgot it is broken up into pieces so that you can change it to whatever you need it to. And now I'm going to go to make it. All right, and so I need to cut this vinyl. I'm gonna say 9.5 inches by 9 inches, and I said I was gonna do the stripey vinyl. So before I go ahead and send this over to the Cricut, we're going to cut this. So what we're going to do is cut it over here on the cutting mat. So because I'm turning around, you may not be able to hear me as well. So I'm going to try to be vocal so that you can hear me. Actually, let me move this over too so that I can make sure I can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, so now I'm trying to figure, do I want it to go light to dark, or do I want it to go this way? Alrighty, so let's flip this around so that my numbers are where they need to be and help me measure. Oh crap, I don't have my ruler. So let me grab my ruler. And we are going to cut this, what did I say, 9.5 by 9. So yeah, 9.5 by 9. And then this is going to be 9.5 is going to be this way. So alright, 9.5 this way. I'm putting it at an angle so I can barely see what the heck I'm doing. Whoop! That all kind of crooked. Well, I'm sitting in an angle. I apologize. And then this one is 9 inches this way. 9. I'm not gonna get that deep chocolate on there, unfortunately. Did it not cut? What in the world? I don't know what was going on with that. All right. So here is. Actually, that's not right, y'all, because it's gonna be white up there. Let me see. I did not cut that right because I didn't even think about that part. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to cut it in. I'll save that for another design. Save that for another design. So 9.5 again. Okay. And now I'm going to go by 9, but I'm gonna slide this white off of the mat so I can make sure I get all of. So I'm right at the chocolate. Still don't get it, but I get at least a little more of this darker chocolate than I was before. All right. So there we go. And we're gonna put this face up on the Cricut machine. So let's switch over to our Cricut design space and then send this to our Cricut. So it found the machine and now we're going, oh, nope, that says light cardstock. I need it to be on vinyl, iron on, need to be on iron on. And now let's move over to the Cricut. So here we have my Cricut Explorer 1, which I absolutely love. This is my original Cricut. I also have the Air 2, which is down below this one. And here is our Cricut mat, and I wanted it to go this way. So I'm going to make sure that the white is out of my cutting range because I don't want the white. I want the colors. And being that this is kind of thin, I'm going to dial it down a little bit just to be on the safe side because I don't want to cut all the way through this. And then after that, we just hit our flashing Cricut button and go. So we're going to let that cut out. And in order to get that off, we're going to need to use transfer tape. So I have the transfer tape right here. And we're going to put the transfer tape over on the cutting table so that we can weed and work over there. And I'm going to show you a really cool weeding trick I have started using. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to go back to the chat. Shirley Logan says, I purchased from Etsy and I can't open their files. The Etsy designs, like I did one today. I bought a design today and I couldn't open it either. So I don't know if it's, I'm more than positive it's not you. And I'm more than positive in that instance it's not me. Because I not only tried to open there, because the file that I purchased had an SVG, a PNG, and a JPEG and blah blah, and it would not open in my design program that I was using either. So it could possibly not be you. They could have it saved in a weird kind of thing. I even tried opening it, which it did open in Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, and I tried to save it and open it under a different format and it wouldn't open there either. So I don't know what in the world. Don't be upset, Shirley Logan. It could not be you. Diane told me for sure Webster is not happy with people trademarking words from the dictionary. Webster out here making money. They don't care. They probably don't care either. If purchase a design off Etsy, can the designs be sold on shirts? Jennifer Harris asked. Again, Jennifer, I'm not sure. a lot of that depends on the designer. First of all, if it is the designer's original file that they made and they have, you know, trademarked or whatever, they will say in the comments, whether in the description rather, whether or not you can commercially make money off of their design. If they don't have license for that design, unfortunately, a lot of times you don't know. So you could be purchasing a design to use, and that person really don't have the rights to tell you what to do with it, but they're telling you anyway. So it's just, Etsy is a Russian roulette type situation. You just kind of don't really know, unfortunately. Albinette, what kind of heat press should I use for caps and shirts? So if you're looking at doing hats, what I would suggest is one of two things. Either get a hat heat press, or if you can't afford to buy a regular heat press and a hat heat press, then I would suggest getting a 4-in-1 or a 5-in-1 type heat press that Amazon sells. You can change the platens on it to let it fit a hat, or to have it where it'll do a shirt or plates or mugs. You know, they have those, so you can do that, and that'll be advantageous. Or you can get a little handheld press and press stuff to hats with that one. Thank you, Coffee Powered Home. I do try to do step by step because sometimes I need step by step, so that's why I do that. Shirley Logan says don't have either. Okay, well, if you need to open an SVG, you definitely need a program that handles SVG and can send your cut file to the Cricut. All right, so our design is done. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Oh, it's cute. And then we're going to switch over to our weeding table. And I'm gonna show you a trick. Now I can't see the chat over here, so forgive me for that. Now this I'm gonna put on my dress. So I'm gonna set that right there. I'll take this off of the mat. Some people leave it on, I take mine off. Alright, so this is going to be weeded just like you would weed. You would weed this just like you would weed regular vinyl. You would leave the part that you want on the shirt behind. Okay, so here is my weeding container. Does anyone know what this container is? I'll give you a hint. We all should have several of these around our home right now. So because it's a bigger size, I store my weeding tools in there. And it makes it easy to, once I weed something, to do that number right there and scrape it right back off and keep it all in this container. It's really cool. Absolutely love doing that. So I'm going to look and make sure what I'm doing first of all, because it would help if I had my reading glasses on. Let's go from the corner first. I don't know why I'm pushing myself like this. There we go. Hopefully it cut all the way through like it was supposed to. I did lighten the pressure. Yay! I'm always holding my breath for that part. And then I also tend to, when you have letters, I tend to peel from one side to the other, because going up or down, you got letters that have vinyl up this way or vinyl that way. So going sideways makes it a little easier for me. That's just a suggestion. Man, that cut easily. It's weeding beautifully. That's a nice one. Boom. Just like that. Done. Shove that in there. And normally I weed with my fingernails, but I'm not doing that right now. This is weeding beautifully. This is crazy. It's weeding almost better than Caesar. Almost. Well, that's the same actually. But it's weeding very easily. Cute! Super cute! Alright. So that turned out adorable! Okay, so this, as I mentioned, you have to use transfer tape. You have to use the transfer tape to get this off. And so they sent the transfer tape. And it looks like I'm going to have to layer it a little bit, which is fine. If it's like the, let me see. It put me in mind of the rhinestone transfer tape. Let me grab some of that. That way it's bigger. Alright. Here is my rhinestone transfer tape, and it looks like the exact same thing. So okay. Up there. And for the heck of it, go ahead and do it this way too. Alright, now I have a squeegee. Use the squeegee to help me get it on. Alright. So use the squeegee. Make sure, use the squeegee to make sure it's all adhered. Then turn it over and pull the backing off. Boom. And there you go. So now it's ready for us to press to the dress. So here is my dress. Make sure it's the right one. Nope, this ain't the right one. I was wondering, I said this look kind of little. This is not for me. Let me get the right one. There we go. A little too much body for that size small. That's it. So here's my dress. That one was not. This one is. And I'm going to put this on the front. And I always pre-press my items that I'm going to wear, put vinyl on, and I pre-press for vinyl, I pre-press for rhinestones, I pre-press for everything, because unfortunately a lot of times these shirts have moisture in them. As I've shown in a couple of other demonstrations, when they have moisture in them, the vinyl doesn't last very long. So to help make sure that the vinyl lasts, I pre-press to get that initial bit of moisture out of it. And then that way, when I apply the vinyl, I don't have to worry about this vinyl bubbling up and peeling later on. Okay. So let's press this for 10 seconds. And then after I press it for 10 seconds, I'm going to lay it out, measure it, make sure that we have this centered, and then press it on. Alright. Cute, 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 cute. This is going to be cute. Alright, now, there's a couple of ways I center. For me, I'm one of those who are kind of particular about making sure things are centered. So I'm usually pretty good about getting things centered. But a trick that I use to make sure my stuff is centered is I lay down my hands on either side up against, here's one seam, here's the other seam, and I put my hands up against the side. And I look at the distance of where the transfer is situated in between my two hands. And I see that it's closer to this side and further away on this side. So I need to move it over this way. So that helps me get things centered. I use my hands. Sometimes I'll use the ruler and chalk depending upon how I feel. But when I'm in a rush, I use my hands. So that helps me get it pretty centered, and that's centered enough right there. And then I hold it up and look at it myself. So I'm holding it up off the camera to make sure that it's straight and not crooked. So it looks straight enough. Being that this for me, it won't be that big of a deal. And now I'm gonna press it. Now, I did not check to see what temperature I'm supposed to be pressing this at, so I probably should have checked that. But most vinyl, like Caesar, is at 350 roughly. Mine is on 325 right now. So I guess I need to check. Actually, let me check that, y'all. Let me check and make sure that we are going to be peeling this hot or cold. Make sure that we're at the right temperature as well, pressing it. These are things that you really want to make sure of. So let's go to HTV. Let's go to pattern vinyl and see if, you know what? Education. Let's go to education actually. HTV calculator. All about HTV. I'll open that in a new tab. Let's see. Let's go here first and see if it says anything. Oh, here we go. Application instructions. So it needs to be cotton and polyester, which is what I have. So 266 degrees. My heat press is way too hot because mine is at 325. 5 seconds for cotton, polyester, and 50/50. 5 seconds. Wow. Nylon, preheat for 5 seconds and press for 5 seconds. Peel warm. Medium, even pressure. Wow, y'all, that's crazy. Because I know Caesar is about 12 seconds at 350. This is 266 degrees. I said it's kind of thin, so that makes sense. So I'm going to have to turn this heat press down and make sure that we don't tear our stuff all the way up. So 266 degrees. So let's turn you down. Yikes. Okay. And then it said 5 seconds. I got my thing set for 11. So we'll have to make sure that we wait and let that thing cool off. So while we're waiting on that, we'll go ahead and get the shirt ready for our transfer. Let's add some color to this for us. I think that'll be cute. So for this, again, I normally would pre-press. Now, if I were to put this on the front, which I am, I will do the exact same process that I did with this one. I just lay it out. And what I try to do is keep it about a finger or two from the neck when it's this big, when it's a tall design or a large design. If it's a smaller design, I center it with the armpit. Okay? Or try to center it. Because see, here's the armpits, which as I've told you guys many times before, the center of the armpit is where the boob is. So if you look at your shirts and you raise up your arm and you look at the armpit is right there, and you swing your hand around, you're right in the middle of the boobs. And that's where you want your design to be center chest when it's a center chest design. So that's, I center it there. But when it's tall like this is the center. So if I were to move it right in line with that, it'll be over the neck. So when it comes to stuff like that, when it's tall like that, then I just bring it down to a finger or two from the top and just do it that way. So it's a good rule of thumb here and there. And again, I lay my hands flat up against it just to see where it is, and it looks pretty good. Looks pretty centered. Now, these transfers don't have adhesive. Like this one is sticky. So I can hold this dress up and this won't come off because it's stuck to the surface of the dress. But this one doesn't have that. So what do you do to hold it in place? I generally use heat tape. So I'm going to grab my heat tape. And that way we can tape this in place. And it doesn't take much. I just use a little bitty piece. One at the top, and I do one at the bottom because I want it to stay. I don't want it to move when I pick this up. To look at it to make sure that it's hanging straight. And that looks like it's hanging straight to me. I'm gonna adjust it just a smidge. Only because my eyes are telling me it was off a bit. And that looks perfect to me. I swear it does. Okay. So we have that, and as soon as I hear this thing start to clicking, because right now it's at 275, so it's not far away for this. This actually turned out real cute with the stripes, girl. Y'all, I'm gonna be foxy when I go to the grocery store. I really am. Because you know I go to the grocery store with Starbucks. That's my type spot. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick while waiting on the heat press to cool down. Coffee Powered Home says you can also open SVGs in Inkscape. So thank you for letting us know that. It is a free vector software. I appreciate the recommendation. What's the difference? I just saw something. Hold on. Oh, let me go back up. I just saw. Wow. I missed all kind of stuff. Okay, here we go. What's the difference between flattening, welding, and attach? When to use each? Flattening, I've never used. Welding is when you want two different shapes. Well, let's do it this way. Oh, it's Tokyo. Hey, love, if you still here. I was showing your honey's picture just a minute ago. My daughter is in here. Let's switch y'all over. If I can get it to switch. There we go. So let's go to Cricut. And since we're finished, we'll hit finish. All right, so this says, don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute, right? So, well, actually, the easiest way. Okay, my heat press is clicking, so we'll go back to that in a minute. So there's a square and there's a circle. This is the easiest way I can tell you, honestly. So with the square and the circle, say for instance, you want to make this shape with the square and a round at the top and then straight at the back, okay? And that's the shape that you want to make. Well, right now, if I were to, let me hide that. If I were to send this to the Cricut cutting machine just like it is, it will separate the shapes. So let's go to make it and see how it just pulled the shapes apart. I didn't do anything to it other than just me laying it on top of each other on the desktop. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be attached to each other. So let's go back. And now it's laid where I want it to be, but let me select both of them. Okay, because these are the two shapes that I want to be together. And if I do attach, notice you can still see your circle, your full circle, and you can see the cutout of the square. So when I go to make it, it's going to be attached, but they're still separate pieces. So it's still going to cut out this circle, and then it's going to notch out this square. So let's cancel. That's not what I want. I want it to be a solid shape. So what we'll do is, instead of doing attach, let's grab both of them, and then we'll do weld. And when you do weld, what happens is now it turns it into one solid piece. So you can't see the separate circle anymore. So now when we send this to cut, it's going to cut just like this shape is, as you see it. So that's when you use weld. So think of it as, you know, when you go to get something welded, they use that blowtorch thing, TIG machine, and then they weld it together. You're not getting that back apart. When it's welded, it's welded. It's a done, it's a wrap. Unless the weld breaks, which usually it doesn't, you're not getting those two pieces apart. Whereas if you just attach two pieces together, like maybe think Velcro or something like that, you still have two separate pieces. They're just attached to each other. Okay. And then slice is when you don't want this part up here, but you want it to be, you know, sliced. Okay. So just basically what it's called. So we'll hit slice for that and see how it cut all of it. It cut the square and it cut the circle. So now you can break this apart and you can have your square with this. This is the shape you were going for, and then you can delete the circle and be done. So those are the three. Now flatten, I'm not familiar with. I don't use it. So any of you Cricut experts in here can mention what the flatten is. I haven't used it, so I don't know what flatten does, unfortunately. Let's see. New heart, new spirit. What's the difference in attachment? Okay, so that was two questions, y'all. Oh, coffee powered home. Thank you. Flattening will combine all selected layers into a print then cut type of object. That's what's up. Attaching will make selected layers keep their relative positions. Welding merges all selected layers into a single cut object. Thank you for explaining that. I spent money that I want to get back. Oh, and surely it's going to be hard to get money back from Etsy. So I wouldn't even, I kind of chalked that up. I've been struggling about 4 days with, oh no, Sheila Cushionberry, if you ain't got no taste or smell, girlfriend, that sounds like COVID. Have you been checked yet? Spray everything the heck down, please. You don't necessarily have to have a fever, but that losing your smell and taste, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Because I lost my, thank God I did not lose my taste, but I did lose my smell. And when the smell came back, I was fine. But then, like a month later, my smell became weird. So I can smell things. Like I have a phantom smell now. So I can smell things, but it's like certain things have a extra smell to it, like onions almost. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I can, especially if it's meat, fried chicken, it'll have an onion smell to it, and taste actually. My coffee has a weird. Oh my god, my coffee, y'all! I just be so sad drinking my coffee, but I got to drink the coffee because I love my coffee. But it has that extra taste to it. It's just I can't even explain it. COVID is just. I hope nobody else gets COVID that I know because it just ruins stuff. Hey Anita Ware, how are you? Welcome. Good night, Shirley Logan. Yep, sanitizing white container. Yes, hot fix tape. That was hot fix tape. So Knick-Knack Nurse, no, it was not on a transfer sheet. Designs by Deshelle. My heat press right there is a 10 by 12. Normally I have a my bigger one is a 15 by 15. So no, with that particular vinyl, it is not backwards. It's not backwards. Oh, yeah, it does look backwards to y'all. Sorry. I see what you're saying now. It's not backwards. I'll show it to you once I press it. So, sorry about that. Yeah, that's crazy. I hate, now that I think about it, I hate the camera was weird. I didn't know. Oh, Lord. Facts 101. Not much is cracking. Coffee powered home. Have a good night. Yvonne Hudson. Hello. How are you? Diamond Boutique. Hello. Welcome. I'm trying to catch up. Hi, Charmaine from South Africa. Welcome. Thank you for joining us from the motherland. We appreciate it. Yes, facts 101. It is hard. I use flattening when making stickers to get the white space behind. Oh, that's cool. Sheila Cushberry says, think of it as temporary bond versus permanent bond. And Jeanette Davis, thank you. And thank you for being a YouTube group member. She says flatten to print then cut. So thank y'all. Not just a nurse said COVID. I'm trying to tell you. That's COVID. So Sheila Cushionberry, please get tested and please recuperate quickly because tell them how long this has been. Jeez Louise, are you talking about the COVID flipping the COVID symptoms and stuff? I got COVID back in December. So my smell came back in January and then it went back out in February and it's been jacked up. It didn't go out in February. The smell changed in February and it's been like that since then. Yeah, Sheila, please do, because girl, when they say your smell gone, that's a wrap. Alrighty, so it said 5 seconds, right? So let's get this thing pressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it said to peel it warm, not hot. So I'm going to give it a sec to cool off a little bit. That's still kind of hot. And now let's peel it warm. Ooh! Look at that, y'all. Holler. Now see what I say, peel warm. There it is. Nice. Oh my God. I love it. Look. Don't make me put this on. Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute. Yes, I am, girl. Yes, I am. All right, so I don't know if you're supposed to press this again or not out of habit. I want to. It doesn't look like you have to because it's stretchy. Look. So I'm not gonna press it again. I'm not gonna press it again. It's pretty though. Oh my God, I love my dress. Okay, so we did the dress, and I meant to switch us back over to look at the recommendation for the super color. So let's go back and look at the super color and find out what the transfers are for that. Printables. Where is it? I just saw it. Stock super color transfers. Okay. So stock super color trans. Ooh, that's cute. Eat, sleep, teach, repeat. Let's touch that. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Grad 20. Even though mine says 2022. Doesn't matter. And now let's go down to application instructions. This one says 290 to 320. So we bumped it down to 266. Oh, let me show you the dress. Sorry. See? Right side. It is cute. I'll be cute. Oh my God. I'm gonna be super cute in this. Man, that's gonna make me. Oh, it's too late to go to the store. Darn it. Okay. So, and I'll show it to you on the bigger screen. Temperature 290 to 320. Time 10 to 15 seconds. So about the same as vinyl. Peel hot or warm. Pressure high pressure. So with this, we need to bump up the temperature. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the temperature, and then we'll get ready to press once the temperature is where it needs to be. So it said, so let's put it on 300. I think that's a good happy medium there. All right. And then what I'll do is get it ready for us to put on the other t-shirt, the gray. And then I guess, because we got 2 more shirts. So what did y'all want to do? You want to cut something out? Or do you want to do a stock transfer? Y'all look! Oh my God. Let me switch you over. Let me switch you over. Oh my God, I'm cute. Oh my God, I'm cute. Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute. So as you see, boob size. Boob size. So this is, what did I say that was? We did 9 inches, right? 9 inches is, you know, a really good, not overwhelmingly big design, but it's big enough the way you can read it from a distance, because I don't want you all up on me reading my stuff no ways. I need you to read it from a distance because COVID is out here in these streets. So this is, it turned out cute. I love it. Oh my God. I am so excited about this. Y'all just don't understand. That is super cute. I love the chocolate too. So yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait to wear my stuff. They say there are symptoms that never go away in different. I hope to God this goes away. Heat press again for at least 10 more seconds. I'm gonna try to do that after the show. What would be the best heat press to use for shirts and caps? So again, if you're trying to do hats and shirts, I would definitely get a 5-in-1 just to start out. And then eventually work your way up to getting a dedicated shirt press and a dedicated hat press. But I'm going to tell you what I did. I ended up getting the 5-in-1, right? And then I got a dedicated shirt press, and I left the 5-in-1 as a hat press. So I have one of both in that instance. So you can do it that way. Or if you do mugs more than you do hats, then you can leave it as a mug press. You see what I'm saying? But the 5-in-1 heat presses are really cool because you can do hats, mugs, shirts, and plates usually, and another size plate or something crazy. So it's a lot of stuff. I did not flash my neighbors, no. I have my blinds are all down, so no, they didn't see it. The D variant is no joke, and be careful. I heard it is. I heard it is. My bestie still doesn't have smell, and I think she still has no taste either. Man, I have flipped tables if somebody told me I couldn't taste nothing, or if I lost my taste, I'd be really sad because I love to eat and I love food, and I need to be able to taste my food. COVID, no, I ain't leaving my home. I have no shame. I haven't done anything social since February 2020. Used to work for NIH, but in the cancer division. Long story short, take it very serious. You know, I have been going out like shopping and stuff. We nipping that in the bud. We're gonna be ordering in again. Because a friend of mine was very adamant. Ooh, it's going on 11 o'clock. A friend of mine was very adamant about don't get the shot. Why get the shot? You're being cheap. You know, you don't have to wear a mask. Everybody's getting it anyway. It's nothing but the flu. Everybody's had the flu. You know, all that same stuff, which is fine. That's his opinion. Okay, cool. That's you. Do you, boo. He got COVID recently, last week. Whole story changed. Like, I don't know why I was saying that before. Y'all need to get the shot. This is no joke. This is the worst thing ever. I should have been wearing my mask. I'm going to be wearing my mask from now. Y'all need to be wearing your mask and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, bro, I mean, I tried to tell you. It was no joke. You didn't want to listen to me. But, you know, sometimes we got to learn stuff the hard way. And that's my whole approach with life. Here on this channel, I'm going to teach you stuff from my experience and what I know. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you. Just like I told you, I didn't know what flattening was on the Cricut because I ain't never used it. I don't make stickers and stuff like that. So, and I don't use print cut because my print cut on my Cricut is broke. Go figure. But anyway, hopefully one day I'll get a Cricut that has print cut. Right now I don't have it. But, you know, I'm going to teach you from my experience. And if you don't agree with it, that's okay. It's nothing wrong with you not agreeing with me. It really isn't. Everybody has to learn things different ways. I'm just telling you from my personal experience. If you like it, cool. If you don't, my bad. All right, so let's go back to pressing this graduation shirt. We got our temperature over here clicking away. We got 10 to 12 seconds of press time on this thing. I got it at 300 degrees. And again, this is their transfer. So you, I'm gonna have to turn it because it's too long this way. But you don't have to have a printer to print DTF transfers. They are printing this for you, so you don't have to worry about it. My tape and loose. Dang it. Hopefully you'll be alright. But you can get transfers from these guys and order them so that you can do cotton t-shirts with a design on a cotton shirt. All right. So don't think you have to have the printer right now. You don't. You do not have to have the printer right now. These guys not only do they sell custom transfers that you can order in any quantity, but you also can have custom designs made. Now there's a minimum quantity of that, but you still can have your custom transfers made. So this said peel hot or warm. That's not peeling. So did I heat it hot enough? I don't know that I heated it hot enough. I may need to let it cool a little bit more. Let's see. Let's make sure I did it right, y'all. Yeah, see, that ain't want to come off. Oh, there it is. It's coming off now. So maybe I need to let it chill off a little bit. No, that ain't happy. So let's go back. That ain't happy. We gotta get it right, y'all. We gotta get it right. What did it say? It said 280 something to 310, I think it was. Or 10 to 15. Let me look. 10 to 15 seconds. 290 to 320. So I might have to bump up my temperature, but let's see. Oh, and it is a firm pressure, so I may not have enough pressure either. So we'll see. Oh, that ain't want to feel. That's kind of hot. Let me turn up the temperature. Alright, so now it's on 320. So, hope I didn't mess up the transfer, y'all. Yeah, that ain't want to feel. Let me turn my pressure up too. So you gotta test. I'm reading the do flachies and trying to do what it says. Working in the inpatient lab when this all started is definitely not the flu. People shouldn't suggest that. It's knowing that people don't care if others get infected and have it start. It can be, but I mean, I have come to understand there are people who have rights to their opinion, and there's really anything I can do about it, honestly. So I just agree to disagree. My father-in-law got immunized and wore a mask everywhere. He's currently in the hospital with COVID, plus so many mutations now that I'm not sure a shot is a sure thing. They make it out. And it could not be, but I know it's worse for some of these folks that have not had the shot. So, but I mean, I don't get the shot anyway now, so it's neither here nor there. Mask burnout. Yeah, I mean, you know what helped me, Harmony, with my mask burnout? Let me switch this over. You know what helped me with my mask burnout, Harmony? I bling the heck out that sucker. And so I be like, ooh, I'm cute with my mask on. So I wear it because I want people to see my cute bling mask, girl. Bling your mask. It changes all of that. Or put something cute, a cute message or something. But I love my bling, girl. I be trying to find the sunlight. So it'll be like, when I'm walking with my mask on. Yeah, it's sad, but it's the truth. I got depressed and had to stop making masks for a few months. It was just too much. EJ's daughter. Now that I still have mask burnout from making the masks because we had orders out the yin yang and I was making them non-stop at one point in time. And now it's like I don't even want to see the template. And I have somebody now, a relative that wants masks done. She was like, she told me 2 weeks ago, girl, be ready because football season coming up. We want our masks, blah blah. And I'm still like, I don't want to do no mask. Whatever. So, but anyway, I have figured that out. Even though Texas lifted their mask requirements, I still continue to. We have re-initiated our mask requirements here in North Carolina. Cute mask, yeah. Cute mask for the win, girl. I'm trying to tell you. So cute with my mask on. Alright, let's switch back to the heat press and see if it's gonna peel like it is, or do I need to press it with 320? Yikes. Okay, so I need to press it with 320. And what it said, 10 to 15 seconds, so we're gonna go high pressure. That's 11 seconds, so I'm gonna add a couple of seconds to it, and then we'll peel it hot. And you know what? I probably should have tested my heat temperature with the heat gun too. So I did not do that. This is not gonna peel for me. No, this ain't gonna peel for me. I done something wrong, I think. Let me look at my instructions again. 10 to 15 seconds, 10 to 320, hot or warm, high pressure. Best results use the heat press. Not suitable for all fabric types. Not suitable for fabrics that are sublimated or ones that test and migrate. Cotton garments. Peel hot immediately or warm peel. No! Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know why it didn't want to peel at the edges. There we go. See? And it could be my heat press because one thing's for certain, sometimes the outer edges of a heat press don't get hot enough sometimes. And see, because it's a bigger design, see how I'm at the edge a little bit, and I actually had it over further. So let's refresh this so I can make sure it stays stuck, even though it was not trying to come up a minute ago. So I'm sure it'll stay stuck. There we go. Yay! Alright, it got bit off right there where it didn't stay. But it's alright. It's alright. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do another transfer since we got 2 more shirts. Do another transfer and see if I can find somebody who's graduating in 2022 that wears a size large and give them a shirt. Yes. So it turned out cute. Isn't that? Look at the bright, vivid colors. So you just have to make sure that your temperature is where it needs to be. Peel it hot. And then you want to make sure your pressure is high because my pressure wasn't high at first. So I'm sure that doesn't help. Got a mask order today. Oh man. What is the best material to make masks out of? Cotton, I think. Mask restrictions in several places, including schools. Still making masks as well. So a bunch of my vendoring event Friday night, I don't mind at all. I just got burnt out. I was over it. On this issue and other issues, I feel we should agree to disagree and still love. Of course. And that's the thing that no, Miss Bickup, it's a hot peel. It's a hot peel. It said hot. According to this thing, it said immediately hot. Where are we? Right here. Whoops. There we go. It says, where did I see that? Oh, right here. See? Big peel hot immediately or warm peel. So they want this to be peeled like right away.
So I think it's more the temperature. I think my heat press is not quite where it needs to be. And then I didn't have the pressure high on it at first either. So I'm more than positive that's my bad. Matter of fact, we'll do another shirt real quick. It's 10 minutes after, but we'll do another shirt just to test that theory. And I'm actually probably going to crank up the temperature just a smidge more. Hey, Andrea Ross. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and for being a YouTube Group member. Had you on my mind today. I started to call. I made some masks on my embroidery machine. Are there other ways? Sewing machine. And I'm sure there's other ways to make masks, but sewing, you can sew it. And that's what I'm not going to do. She can forget that. Let's see. What was the other design we had? We had Grad 2022. And then we had this one, Seniors. Not 2023, but 2022. So we'll press this one to the blue shirt. So I'm going to switch us over to the heat press cam. And look at the blue shirt. And then we'll get our Seniors. That might be too much. Let's do green. That's too much blue. I love that shade green. Oh, it's cute. Alright. So this one is a blend? Yeah, this one is a bit of a blend. So. Alright. Ooh, that's cute. Alright. So again, this is the middle. So I think this is a little too high on this shirt. So let's pull it down to the armpits, which are right here. So let's pull this down so that it's right over the boob area. And that's definitely crooked. So let's straighten that up. Alright, and we're going to do my method again. Put our hand in our hand. Make sure it's in the right general area. And it's over too far. So here, over a little bit too much. Boom! Just like that. Alright, so let's get our heat tape. And then one at the bottom. Even though earlier my one at the top came off. And I'm going to check and make sure it's straight. It's a little bit off to me. So I'll take it up from the bottom. Shift it just a smidge. Look at them in. Yas. Alright. So now we'll put this on the heat press. Uh-oh. This is much bigger than the heat press. That's not good. No. Okay. So I'm going to have to put this on the other heat press. I'm going to keep that though. Let's do this one. Find a smaller one. Besides this is a little shirt. This is medium sweet. I'll do that to my baby. Alright. So let's do a smaller design on this one that will fit my little press. And we'll do faith over fear. Alright, armpits here. Roughly the center there. So let's move this up. So we do over the boob. And then since my hand is too big, now I go like fingers and take a look. And that looks about right. Let's do it over just a small bit. Oops, I sure. Oh, alright. Alright. Cute! Then this smidge perfect. Straighten it up. Get it again. Yas. Alright. Much better. Look there. I don't have to worry about it. And now, let's 325, just in case. It's heating up. There we go. So, alright. And what do we say? 15 seconds? So much for 15 seconds. Alright. Okay. I'm going to turn this off. And it said peel hot. Look at that. Much better. Yas, y'all. Yas. Oh no! Oh no! I was celebrating too early. Yikes. Let's go this way. Nope. Oh no! See, my heat press must not be that hot on these edges. So I started to get a new heat press a couple of weeks ago and did not. So my darn design not move. There we go. Oh no, it was cute. It was cute. Oh no, I messed it up. My heat tape is leaving a yellow stain on everything I sub. What do you think I'm doing? You ain't doing nothing wrong, honey. That's the heat tape. We need to get a better brand of heat tape for you. See? Stupid heat press. Oh man. Almost. I messed it up, but you saw it came right up once I let the darn thing hit it again with the heat. But that's pretty though. So yeah, you got to have high pressure for certain. You gotta have a heat press that is even temperature all the way around. And then I probably should have used my other heat press, honestly. Probably what I should have done. That way I wouldn't have had any issues. This one I know has spot issues, but I was hoping it wouldn't cause me any issues. But that still turned out cute. Still turned out really cute. So yes, you need high pressure and you need the right temperature, and you'll get a super cute shirt. And I'm sure the senior shirt, the green one, will turn out real cute. I'm gonna put it on the other heat press where I know the temperature is pretty accurate and it has high pressure on that one. So I enjoyed making shirts with y'all and playing with vinyl and learning about starting a business where you can start a business step by step. You don't have to have all of the money, like just hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know, you can find some used equipment, good quality used equipment, or if you already have, say for instance, a heat press, or spend a small amount on a hand heat press and then purchase transfers that are already made. As I mentioned, Heat Transfer Warehouse, which all of the link is in the description below. Even our Amazon link where you can get the heat presses. All of that is in the description below. And you can just click there and go right to it. And we appreciate that small area of support for our channel as well. But Heat Transfer Warehouse has the Rhinestone transfers, Sublimation transfers. As you see, they also have the like DTF type transfers where you can put it on any shirt. You can put it on cotton, you can put it on blends, you can put it on polyester, you can put it on nylon. I mean, the world is your oyster. And it doesn't matter the color of the shirt either. So you have different options available out there to you. It's just a matter of, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? We're here to support you either route you take. You can just join us here on this channel. And if you have questions, just holler and we'll get them answered as quickly as we possibly can. And if I can't answer it, as you see, a whole slew of folks out here are totally awesome and will help answer as well. So you guys, I appreciate you all joining us. Dolores, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to put a link in the Amazon storefront. So if you click the Amazon storefront, in about give me 10 minutes actually. In about 10 minutes, click the Amazon storefront in the description below, and I'll put my heat tape in there. And I have yet to get yellow stains on anything with my heat tape. So, and it's not expensive either. I think it was like $5 for 2 rolls or something like that. So definitely check that out. But you guys, I appreciate y'all joining me this evening. It was fun. We learned a lot. We made some mistakes and we had some laughs, but ultimately we had a really good time, and I appreciate you joining me. All right. So y'all have an excellent night. And until the next time we see you, we hope you have happy crafting all the way around. Good night.